I would like to welcome you all to AR Design Craft Architecture and Interior Design Studio. So, today's webinar is on the interior design course that we have launched recently, and everything about this course we are going to explain in this. What are the why exactly, what exactly is, to start with, we'll be starting with what exactly is interior design, and then we will be seeing how this course is going to benefit you and all the other details. So let's start off with our first agenda, which is about interior design. So what exactly is interior design? Like I said, probably you have some idea about interior design. That is the reason you're there today in this webinar. So if I may ask you what exactly is interior design, you might say it is something related to, let's say, arrangement of furnitures, right? So it can be, few people might say that, okay, interior design is like, you get furnitures from the market, and you just come and arrange it in a more pleasing or aesthetic manner, right? And again, whenever you're purchasing, what the things you'll keep in mind, you will keep the material in mind, the color in mind, and then you will get that piece of furniture to your house and try to arrange it in a manner that it looks beautiful, right? So few might have such answers, okay? Or few might also think that it is like designing of living room or dining room, right? When we talk about living room, you have, what are the things you have in a living room? You have a TV unit, you have sofa, center table, side table, carpets, curtains, lightings, and all those things, right? When we talk about dining room, we have the dining table itself, right? Then we might have a crockery unit beside it, okay? So these are your observations. Right now I'm trying to, show you the pictures and try to make, try to recall your observations, like you would have seen these things somewhere. And this course obviously involves something like this, okay? Just to give an idea. Then bedroom, okay? When we talk about bedroom, what are the things we have? We have the bed, we have the side table again, then we have the wardrobes. Above the wardrobes we have the loft and some aesthetic lighting, probably the false ceiling above it, right? So there are again another bedroom, which would be your kids bedroom, how you are going to design that, all those things, okay? So these are the things that you have seen so far. Kitchen, okay? Then the utility or laundry room, where the vessels are washed, or your where you wash your clothes, where the washing machine is placed, right? So these are the things. Then it can also be a scenario, right? Few might say interior design is like, you have an empty space and you design something in that, okay? Like on the slide you can see there is an empty space on the left, and on the right hand side you have something designed, right? So it is a before and after scenario here, what you're looking at, okay? There are another examples, another before and after scenario. Before, this place used to be like this, and after it used to be like this, okay? So what idea I'm trying to give you here is that, interior design is something that is related to the interiors of a building. For example, you have a building, a given building, or a given home, right? And tomorrow you become an interior designer and someone asks you to design it, right? So what makes you special is that you are expertised in the interiors of the building, not in the exterior, okay? So this is another before and after scenario. Like I said, you get an empty flat by a client tomorrow, and then you design according to their requirements, or you arrange the furnitures in a manner that looks pleasing or appealing, okay? So there is another example here, okay? So before we move on to the next slide, usually I get these doubts from many people who ask about this course, or the students I have taught earlier, like, what is the difference between these two things? You might be confused with these two terms. And what are these terms? These are interior design and interior decoration. So what is the difference between interior design and interior decoration? This is the most important thing you need to know before we actually start this course, okay? So what exactly is interior design and what exactly is interior decoration? Now when you look at these terms, interior design and interior decoration, The common word here is interior, right? And what is the different word that is used? Design on the left side and decoration on the right hand side, right? So obviously there has to be some difference between design and decoration. Now let's try to understand what exactly is this difference. All these things why I'm trying to tell you is to understand what exactly is interior design and what exactly will be your role tomorrow after you complete the course. Okay, so let's see what is the difference between interior design and interior decoration. So design, when we look at the differences, design and decoration, design is customized and decoration is typical. Now when I talk about typical, typical is something like an object which has multiple copies of it, which has, it is like same, it is like repetition. Okay, whereas customized is like tailored. For example, when you go to buy a cloth for yourself, right? So few people prefer customized, tailored, few people prefer ready made garments, right? So design comes under tailoring. Why do you go with the tailored? Why few people prefer tailored clothes? Because they want proper fitting, they want fitting according to their body, right? And decoration is what? You have the same shirt design, so many multiple. Probably today you have bought a shirt which has some print on it, right? Tomorrow, probably after a month or two, you will find someone wearing the same shirt. So that is what makes it typical, right? So it is like multiple copies of the same object. Okay, so decoration comes under this category and design comes under tailoring category. Okay, further to understand, design is based on user and decoration is very much random. Why you are called interior designers, not interior decorators? Interior designer's job is to design the space according to the user. He is not going to decorate a place. Decoration is what? Decoration is like, for example, you have a birthday party or any party for that matter. What do? You do decorations like lighting or balloons and all those things, right? So this is something which is temporary. It is not permanent. It is based on your mood. Okay, so design is permanent, decoration is temporary. Okay, design is according to the user of the space. Once you have designed, it is going to last forever. Whereas decoration, for example, you are seeing an image on the right hand side, right? So in this image you can see uh, there is a pot, flower pot, the plant which is placed. You can see the lighting over there. You can see there are few portraits or images on the wall, paintings on the wall, right? Today you might like this, probably for 6 months you will keep it. After 6 months seeing the same thing you will be bored. What you are going to do? Your mood changes, so you're going to replace it probably with another photo, or you'll change the lighting, or you'll change the carpet, or maybe you will even change the cushion cover or the sofa cover or the curtains also, right? So all this thing which is not permanent, which is changing again and again, is decoration, and which is permanent is design. And design is according to the user. Okay, for example, let's say there are four members in a house, husband, wife, and two kids of different age groups. Okay, and let's add even the parents, the older grandparents. Okay, now each of them have their own dislikes, likes. Each of them are, perform different activities throughout the day. For example, the husband doesn't stay long in the house, right? He goes out in the morning for work, then he comes back at the night only, right? Whereas the wife will stay throughout the day. She is having a routine that she follows every day, right? Whereas the grandparents probably go out to work, not work, sorry, probably they might go out for walking, then they will come back, right? They might have some other activities what old people do, whereas the kids also might have activities of their own, right? So as an interior designer, your role is to design spaces, what kind of space they want according to their activity. That is what is tailored. That is what is design. Whereas decoration, you can add, these are additional elements. These are like, you are beautifying something or based on your mood, basically. Okay. Whereas design is based on the function, what function you do throughout the day, what function you will be doing in your lifetime. Okay. Now I would like to show you guys few examples to understand design better. These are few series of videos, short videos. So look at these videos and you will get an idea of what I'm trying to talk about. Okay, so now I'll be sharing the video so that you understand the difference between interior design and interior decoration. Meanwhile, while watching the video, if at all you come across any doubt, please write it down so that I can clear your doubts in the end of this webinar. Okay, so in the first video, you would have noticed that how important design is, right? Design starts right from entering your house. So basically, it is to achieve comfort, following the standards based on human dimensions. Okay, so this is the second video I'll be playing. You will understand this much better. So in our second video, you can see initially when the space was not designed properly, how that man was struggling to actually get into the room and switch on the light, right? Then again, when the designer solved the problem for him, what happened? He could easily, based on his activity. So first thing when he enters the room, what do you need? You have to switch on the light first, right? So you need to have the switch, access to the switch first, right? So then you would have noticed he turned on the switch, then he had a place to sit where he can remove his shoes, and then the next thing was to keep the shoes inside the cupboard. So there is flow of activities. So as interior designers, we need to learn how these activities, observe these activities, and see how our design can actually make things easier for people at home. So basically design involves lot of planning, lot of observation, so that our end motive will be to achieve the comfort. This is another video again. Okay, so in our previous video, you would have noticed that every single thing matters. At what height you have to provide the lighting, at what height you have to provide the TV. If you're designing a TV unit, at what height you're supposed to give, so that the user who is sitting on the sofa, he has a direct view to the TV unit, right? And also you need to arrange the accessories, like there was a lighting accessories, a lantern, right? So when he entered the living room, first thing what happened, he was tripping over the wires, right? So all these things matter when we design a space. So this video, what I'm going to play now, is going to give a kitchen scenario. What are the problems people who face in day-to-day lives in a kitchen when their kitchen is not organized properly or designed properly? So in our previous kitchen video, you would have noticed how initially he was facing a lot of problems, right, in the kitchen alone. And then when the designer look, looked into his problems, and then when she designed according to his process of cooking, right? So cooking generally involves a certain process. There are different stages, right? You would have noticed after the kitchen was designed properly, first thing he took out the ingredients, then he took the plate, then he washed the ingredients, then he started cooking, and there is a flow of activities, right? So this is what we as designers tomorrow have to observe in our client's home, and according to their activity design the space. Now this is a bedroom scenario. Let's see. Okay, so that was bedroom scenario. Now we will be looking at the washroom scenario. What can go wrong in terms of designing a washroom? How important is washroom designing also? So here you have noticed that even washroom designing is very important, right? And a lot of things can go wrong. Okay, so now there is another scenario. So in that video, the scenario was, the laundry part of it, right? Even laundry is an important activity what we do on day-to-day basis, right? So initial videos you would have noticed this is kind of a storyline. When he was alone, when he was a bachelor, what are the difficulties he used to face, and when he got married and he's having a kid now, what are the difficulties? All the users, you can notice that each user is facing some of the other trouble because the design of the space is not done properly, right? And once the designer looks into all these problems and designs the space according to the user, you can see the problem beautifully it has been solved, right? So these solutions, if you look at it, it is permanent solutions. Okay, so this is another scenario here. So in this scenario, you can see not just the humans, right? Most of us also have pets in our houses, right? Now, having a pet is not an easy thing to look at or maintain, right? At times, pet can be a big trouble also. So, how to make a space child friendly? How to make a space pet friendly, right? So that no users are getting troubled by them, right? So, there also we have to design even according to the pets.
Hello.
So here you can see in our previous video, increase in number of members in the family. There was a need for extension of the space, probably a new place, a bigger place where the currently the number of members who were feeling that congest, right? so they can live happily and in a more comfortable manner. Now that they have shifted in a bigger apartment, what are the problems they are facing here? Let's see. So that was the end of the series of videos. So in our last video, you see the how to make a space child friendly, right? So the designer observed the requirements of the kid. There were two kids, right? So the designer observed the requirements, the number of toys they're having, it can be, or the activities they do, or what the choice of space, everything, right? So based on their requirements, a separate space itself was suggested, right? It's not always that you can fit everything at one space. Sometimes you'll have to give suggestions also, like how much space will it be enough, or you need to move on to a bigger space or not. So all this planning based on the user is called design. So all this video was basically to give you all an idea the difference between interior design and interior decoration, and what would be your role as interior designers. You're not going to be interior decorators tomorrow, you are going to be interior designers, right? So what will be your role and how you will be solving people's problem according to their activities. Now we will be resuming our presentation. Okay, so those were few examples. I hope you have got an idea about what exactly is interior design all about. So now let's move on to our next agenda, which is scope and opportunity in the field. Now that you have understood what exactly is interior design, and after you enroll the course and finish the course, before you actually do that, you need to understand what is the scope or opportunity in the field, right? So this is what is the scope, this is what is the opportunity. More than 1 lakh, this is the current scenario. These are the numbers which is required today. Okay, so more than 1 lakh, that is currently in India, more than 1 lakh interior designers are required, including designers who take on projects as freelancers, or the top employers in the industry are architectural firms, construction firms, and furniture companies. Okay, so tomorrow, let's say you, after you finish the course, or tomorrow you become an interior designer, where are the opportunities you will be having? You will be having opportunities in architectural firms, you will be having opportunity in construction firms, and also in furniture companies. This is not something that is made up by me. I have taken a screenshot from an article which was published by India Today, which says interior design as career specialization, salary, and skills needed. Okay, and this article says that India needs more than 1 lakh interior designers now. Okay, so this is the current opportunity that is there in the market. If you feel that okay, this article probably it is an old article or something like that, we can still visit some job portals to understand this better. So what you can do is probably make a background research. After you finish this webinar today, you can go to some job portals like Indeed, Naukri.com, LinkedIn, or even the biggest search engine, which is our Google itself, right? Just search on Google interior design jobs near me, or let's say when you finish the course you'll be a junior designer, so you can search like junior interior designer jobs near me. So I'm pretty sure there are lot of opportunities for you to apply. Okay. Now further, tomorrow you are interior designer. Let's say how more you can reach people, how more you can connect with people. Okay. So there are two more ways. One is social media like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Another is through social connection, that is your friends and family members. Okay. Here I would say social media is not going to help you out in getting projects, but social media is something like, let's say, your own website or your portfolio. Whatever you design on regular basis, if you keep uploading it on Facebook or Instagram pages, people will, now and then keep seeing your page, and they will have an idea somewhere in mind that you are an interior designer, and probably if they like your designer, in the near future they can get back to you. Okay. But most of the connection happens when you inform your family members or your friends that you are an interior designer now, and tomorrow, if at all they have some designing in their house, or they are doing some new projects or anything, probably their uncles or whoever relatives they have, if they have any requirements, they can recommend you. Okay. So these are the different ways to connect or to get projects. One is that you become an employee, right? Another way is that, let's say, you have good amount of experience and now you want to start on your own. How you are going to get the projects? Now I have shown you what are the opportunities in the field. Now I want to show you what is the earning potential, how much you are going to make, कितना पैसा हम लोग कमा सकते हैं after we finish this course, or after we learn interior design, or we become interior designers tomorrow. Okay. So here I'll be showing you stage by stage, based on your experience throughout the years, how you will be paid or how much money you can actually make out of this field. Let's start with, let's say after you have finished this course, the first thing you will be doing is joining a company as an intern, right? The basic training you have to, what happens is, this is the most important thing. Directly you cannot jump to stage 2, which is junior interior design post. First thing, you will have to work as an intern. In internship, what happens is you will get used to the office environment, very first thing. Then you will have colleagues to work along, you will get comfortable with them, and they will start teaching you a lot of things, right? So these are initial stages of getting used to the environment, getting used to the process of it, how the process works. Okay. So this period is generally between 6 to 12 months. Okay. And in this 6 to 12 months, anywhere between 7,500 to 12,000 would be your pay as an intern. This I'm not telling just like that. This is what is there in the current market. Even I employ a lot of people for my own firm, right? So for interns, I give anywhere between 7,500 to 12,000 only. The same goes with majority of the firms that are there in India. Okay. The next thing, let's say after a year, now you know the field well. Now you have got some amount of confidence in you. Let's say your senior interior designer now understands that you have good speaking abilities, and now you can contact the clients. Now he can provide clients to you. So that is where you become a junior interior designer. Okay. So this phase is between 1 year and 2 years. Okay. Now in this phase you will be earning somewhere between 15,000 to 25,000 per month. Okay. Now this slide, if you want to take a snapshot or if you want to take a picture, you can go ahead, no problem. Okay. Senior, let's say 1 or 2 years of experience you have gained. Now it's time to move on, which is now you have become a senior interior designer. Now for a senior interior designer, the pay scale ranges from 30,000 to 50,000 per month. Okay. Here 30,000 to 50,000 is based on, again, how much interest you are showing in the firm. Okay. Now this is one criteria as an employee. Next one is as design partners. Mostly you would have heard about Live Space, Homelane, Design Cafe, Bonito. So all these big companies, big players in the market who are into modular furnitures or interior designing for that matter, they have a they have something called design partners. They have a scheme, something called design partners. What you can do is partner with them, and they will pay you in percentage. For example, they will give you the leads, you have to convert it for them, and all the conversion explanation will happen in their space, in their experience center. All the meetings will happen there, and the execution also will be done by them. Okay, your role is to talk to the clients, explain the products, get it converted, and design and produce the drawings. For that, they are ready to pay you anywhere between 6 to 7%. Okay, so for that, they need minimum 2 years of experience. And if we say somewhere between 6 to 7%, then your scale ranges from 50,000 to 1,50,000 per month. Okay, this is one option. The second option is as a freelancer. You have a let's say you have 2 years of experience and you don't want to go and partner with these big companies. You want to do something on your own, but right now you don't want to open an office. But let's say your auntie or uncle or is constructing a new house, or your friends, you have good amount of projects or good number of inquiries in your hand, and you really don't need an office. That time you are called as a freelancer. Okay, now here it depends again, 50 to 1 lakh rupees per month would be your scale that you will be receiving. The last thing would be your own firm. Now that you have done a good number of projects, you have built a good portfolio. Now what you can do is you can open your own firm, keep people under you for designing, have an execution team. Okay, so minimum I would say the profit ratio is 30%. I'm saying minimum, not maximum. It can go up to 40 to 45%. Trust me, this is what is the actual uh, money you can earn when you start a firm of your own. Okay, so let's say for an example, the project value, you have a client, you have given a quotation. The client is having a 4 bhk house to be designed. Okay, so 4 bhk house, you have done the quotation according to the finishers and what are the things they require and all that, and the total project value has come up to 10 lakhs. Okay, now in this 10 lakhs, your profit alone will be 30% of that 10 lakh rupees, which is 3 lakh rupees you can easily make. Now in this 3 lakh rupees, the profit value what you are seeing, one is that you source the material. You are an interior designer, right? So now you have made good contacts with the market. The market will not give you the same pricing what it gives to the customers. There is a difference between 10 to 20% in the costing alone. That is where you can earn there, right? You have your own labors, right? So all these things adds on to a 30% profit margin for any work you do. Let's say you have done 2 lakhs also, you get a 2 lakh rupee project also, straight away 60,000 is in your profit in that 2 lakh rupees. Okay, so here your scope of work will be designing as well as execution. So right from the scratch to the till the end of the project, that is, you're giving the key to the client of completion. Till then, your responsibility, it's a huge responsibility again, but again, the money that you earn is also huge. It is not easy, but again, whatever you're earning is also big, right? So according to that, whatever hard work you put in here, that will definitely pay you off. So I hope you understood what is the scope and opportunity in the field. Anywhere you are having any doubt, please note it down. You can ask me at the end of the session. Next, we'll move on to the agenda 3, which is what you will be learning in this course. Now that you have understood about interior designing and what is the scope and opportunities, now it's time for me to tell you what exactly you will be learning in this course. So we have 10 units. Okay. First unit, we'll be talking about fundamentals of interior design. Okay. Now when I say fundamental of interior design, it is actually the foundation of design itself. This foundation will work even for, let's say, if you people are interested in photography or graphic designing or set designing or something. These basic principles are common to all these design fields in general. It is the foundation of design itself. Okay, so in this you will be learning elements of design, principles of design, color concepts. Three main things, three main weapons. These are for designers, tools for designers for designing any space. Okay, second unit we'll be talking about in-depth study of materials. For an interior designer, material is a major part of their work culture. Okay, material is something that plays a major role in the design process. So all the core materials you will be studying, all about finished materials you will be studying, material standards, what is the material dimension, how much costing, what is the specification, in depth I'll be teaching you all that. Then third unit we'll be talking about building construction elements. Again, very important for interior designers. Why I have included this is because, see, we know that as interior designer, your role is inside the building, not outside the building. But you as designers needs to have some technical knowledge about it, right? You need to know about the foundation, beams and columns, roof and floors, walls, staircase, doors, windows, and all these things. At least the technical part of it, you need to have an idea, because what happens, you very often you will be visiting sites, construction sites, okay, right? So over there, some labor or maybe the client himself might ask you some technical doubts regarding these things. So that time it should not be like, you don't know these things, or it should not become a point where you don't know these things, and somewhere the client is losing confidence in you, that this guy is not experienced enough to take up my project, right? So for that sake, a little idea about foundations, beams and columns, roofs and floor, all these things, the technical part of it I'm going to teach you. Then fourth unit will be about space planning. Like you saw in the videos, right? How planning the space is important. So likewise, we'll be studying about human factors, about anthropometrics and ergonomics, which is human dimensions. According to human dimensions, how you will be designing the furnitures, how you will be organizing the spaces, how you will be doing the circulation, all those things. Then the standards, unit conversion, then the entire design process itself. Then fifth unit is going to be accessories in interior design. Now accessories in interior design is where the interior decoration comes. Initially we saw the difference between design and decoration, right? So a little bit about decoration also you need to have knowledge about. So that is the reason I have included that unit also. So here you will be learning about interior accessories, furnishing accessories, lighting accessories, and plumbing accessories, etc. Then next, again, it's not just about designing, it's also about drawings, right? So once you design, that design should be executed on site. Now, in order for that to get executed, you need to have proper drawings for the labor to understand, for the carpenter to understand, or for the contractor to understand. So right from the concept drawing to presentation, survey and construction drawings, all different types of drawings we'll be studying and understanding. Then another major part of design, which is softwares. So I'll be teaching you AutoCAD. In AutoCAD, you'll be learning about 2D drafting alone. In SketchUp, how you convert the 2D AutoCAD drawing into 3D models. V-Ray is about producing realistic sketches. Photoshop is for your marketing and presentation. Okay. Then building services will be about electrical and lighting. Like I said, you need to know everything in and out of the space. So interior design is not only about furnitures, it is also about your services, like your electrical services, lighting services, plumbing, sanitation, ventilation, vertical transportation, and so on. Okay, there are few services that as an interior designer you need to have knowledge about. Interior landscaping, this is a new trend in the market. Many employers prefer their candidates to have this skill, because right now this trend is there in the market. So that is the reason I have included that also, about interior landscaping, the importance of interior landscaping, indoor plants, how you can use them, and how you can design the interior landscape itself. Okay, then the last part, the most important unit, which is the unit 10, where we'll be talking about estimation, costing, specification, and professional practice. How you are going to give quotations to the client, how you are giving the costing, how you are preparing BOQs, and professional practice. After you have completed the course, now how you are going to prepare your resumes, how you are going to prepare your portfolios, how you are going to approach the client, that interview training, resume preparation, all that will be taught in unit number 10. So these are 10 units which is included in the curriculum. Now let's move on to the benefits of the course. That is, once you finish this course, or at the end of the course, what are the end benefits that you will get? First one, you will be eligible and confident enough to interact with clients and close the deal. Okay, generate concepts and start designing, produce high quality 2D or 3D renders, then produce estimate and construction drawings, source materials for project, and handle contractors and laborers to finish the project. So right from the starting point to the completion of the project, this course is going to train you in that way, so that tomorrow, not just about talking to clients, or not just about generating concepts and designing, or even the 3D renders, you should also have this talent about producing estimates, sourcing materials, and also handling labors. So a complete package of training is there in this course. And most of them ask, sir, whether it is taught from basics, because we have no idea about interior design. This is the first time we are going to take up this course. So you don't have to worry about anything, because everything has been taught from the scratch to the advanced level. Anywhere between I cannot take also. I have to teach you the basics, and then only you will understand, and then I can move on to the advanced level. Okay. And there is no eligibility required. There is no big degrees that I am asking you for you to join this course, or any prior knowledge that is required. Okay. Again, this is something that is useful for you. Session recordings will be shared after each and every class. There is a Google Drive after every class, that the live sessions whatever I record, I will be sharing the link, so that whenever you are free, you can sit, practice, and see if you are going wrong anywhere. If you are going wrong anywhere, note down your doubts. Next class, we'll clarify that. Okay. Then additional notes or necessary resources, anything as such which is required for you to help you out in your study or course duration, I will be providing that. About the certification, many people ask, sir, how does our certificate look? How we are going to give the certificate and all that? So when it comes to interior design course, this is how the certificate you will be receiving at the end of the course. Nowhere I'm mentioning that this is an online course in your certificate. I very much understand that tomorrow when you go and look into the, go for a job or something like that, you will be putting these images in your portfolio, the certificate images or something. But for sure, they will not ask you where you have done your interior design, because in our field, especially in architecture and interior designing field, they don't actually look, or they really don't want to know where you have done the course from. Okay. Or for how much period you have done the course from. But again, to be on a safer side for you guys, I'm not mentioning anywhere that you are doing an online course here. Okay. Before we move on, I haven't introduced myself to you guys. So this is me, Akshay Patel. My name is Akshay Patel, and I'm an architect, interior designer, and Vastu consultant. I'm the founder of AR Design Craft since 2017. 2017 was the year I started this firm. I have been an associate architect at TGR Projects Private Limited, Bangalore. It is a reputed builder in Bangalore. Then I've also worked as an assistant professor at Idea Worldwide and Nitte School of Fashion Technology and Interior Design. Okay, so these are two colleges, famous colleges in Bangalore, which are known for fashion and interior design courses. So I worked there also as an assistant professor. I'm still working as a assistant professor for part time at Nitte School of Fashion Technology, and I'm also a design partner at LiveSpace Bangalore. Like I said earlier, we are talking about big companies, right? LiveSpace is also one company. So I have shown you the design partner scheme. I was talking about the design partner scheme, right? So I am also included in that scheme. I have taken that scheme and I have partnered with them. I also conduct workshops now and then on interior design and Vastu Shastra. So these are few pictures of our recently conducted workshop. So these are images of our students. Like I said, I am part of Nitte School of Fashion Technology and Interior Design as an assistant professor still. So you can see the third image, that is me. So I will I believe that you people are not having any doubt, so I'll be closing the session now. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And I hope to see you all in the interior designing course. Thank you and have a good night.